So I have been back and forth with God many times over words that He's given me. And it is not my favorite to give words of warning. It is not my favorite to, give bad words. But if you think about it, in the Bible, the voices that God used for people, they didn't always come with goodness. They were not always happy and blessings and prosperous and riches and things of that nature. So I'm going to unapologetically give this warning, a word of warning. God extends grace to us, especially as His children. He extends His grace to us quite often. And He's very, very patient. But with that being said, God also holds us accountable as His children to not only obtain the wisdom that He gives us, but to live it out and to not reject it. Now, if you make a mistake and maybe you don't understand something, then that is completely different. And this word isn't for everybody. But if you know something's wrong and you continue to do it, God can see it in your heart. He can see it in your thoughts. He knows you know right from wrong. But when you don't listen, you are being disobedient. I have a few scriptures that I'm going to read. And sometimes people take the things that I say out of context and they don't understand that it came from the Lord, but I don't care. You can take it, you can receive it, or you don't. Proverbs 6:15 says, "Therefore his calamity shall come suddenly. Suddenly he shall be broken without remedy." Now what this scripture means is there's warning for those who engage in wicked acts. There are consequences of disregarding wisdom and moral principles. You have to be foolish to think that God would not bring judgment upon you on the earth right now for the things that you will not turn away from. If you don't believe me, you can read the book of Amos. In Amos, God brings judgment upon Israel and its enemies. But Israel's was greater. Surprising, yes, but God holds His children accountable. Amos 3:6 says, "If a trumpet is blown in a city, will not people be afraid? If there is calamity in a city, will not the Lord have done it?" A trumpet being sound in a city means that danger is coming. And a lot of people respond in fear, with fear. God allows good and what might be portrayed as evil events to happen as He chooses. He can bring judgment to whoever, whenever He wants. He doesn't need permission. Calamity means an event causing great and often sudden damage or distress, or maybe even a disaster. Biblical calamity means manifestation of divine judgment or a consequence of sin and disobedience. But it can also serve as a test of faith and catalyst for spiritual growth. The word that God gave me was calamity. There will be calamity brought to those who do not want to listen, who are rejecting the wisdom that the voices He's using has been given. Maybe it's a consequence of sin or judgment or disobedience, but it could also be a test of someone's faith. So I would take it to God and ask Him. And I just want to say that calamity doesn't last forever. If you choose in the midst of calamity or after calamity, if you choose to return to God, He will restore what the calamity brought. He will bring new. He will build up new things after things are destroyed. But you have to return to God. Turn away from sin. Turn away from pride, ego. Turn away from not knowing how to really love people. Social injustice in the church. Social injustice to people who don't want to come to church because we've given them such a poor example. And I know this is probably one of the longest videos I've ever made, but I have to be obedient. I can't care whose feelings it's going to hurt. This is from God, and God, my obedience to God is above all else. It will always mean more. I serve God, I don't serve people. Unless He asks me to. But He is ultimately who I answer to. So I hope that, whoever this is for, that it reaches. If it's for you. If it's not for you, disregard it. Pray for those who it is for. And pray about it. Ask God if He's trying to show you something. Stay blessed.